Hello, and welcome to the Southern Belle NOLA channel. I'm your hostess, Southern Belle, and this is the Bargains by Saturday Night Auction. And as you can see, I know some of y'all are still needing a few things to get ready for Thanksgiving. We've only got a few weeks left. I'm not going to be showing Thanksgiving stuff for very much longer because I know y'all need time to get it sent to you and then get it all set up in your house. But before I put away the Thanksgiving stuff, I thought I would show one more time, especially for this bargain price of just $1. But let me go ahead and make a few announcements. The first announcement is about a poll on my community page where I felt so bad that our stationery sale got cut short. So I started thinking, should I have a part two? Because I have so much stuff I didn't get to show y'all. Or should I just show a few stationery items in every auction? So, y'all go ahead and vote on that. A few people voted already, not very many people, and we'll see how that turns out. The second announcement is about tomorrow. I want to remind everybody that we moved the time of the Saturday snack sale to 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. And then on Monday, we'll be back at 7 p.m. with another Bargains by Belle auction. Okay, let me scroll to the top and start saying a few hellos. And y'all go ahead and click the thumbs up if you would, pretty please. First in the chat, I see Rainbow Cookie Sprinkles, who is going to be running our chat tonight. Thank you ever so much, Rainbow. I really appreciate that, sweetheart. Next, I see Melissa McIntosh, who's going to be making the list and checking it twice. And she co-hosts our Sunday snack sale. Next, I want to show Melissa one little thing. Melissa, this is what your comment looks like. Now, I know to you it looks like something else, but do you see how it looks to me on my screen? Okay, Melissa, I'm sure, is probably laughing or making a note of that. I just wanted Melissa to be able to see it from my perspective. Okay, next we have a CQ Kathy. Hello, Kathy. Next we have Kitty. Everybody welcome Kitty, Mr. Hedgehog. Oh, and Terry, if you're watching, hello to Mr. Terry too. I'm not going to try to say hello to all of the dogs and cats and chickens because, that's a lot of time. But they're blessed with so many animals. Nana! Nana, Nana! Nana, Nana! Hey, Nana's here. Hey, Nana! Did you bring Terry too? I love that both Kitty has a Terry and that Nana has a Terry. Anybody else have a Terry? I need a Terry. Y'all send me over a Terry. Or a Michael or a Matthew or who you got. Next, we have my favorite teenager, Shelby. Hello, Shelby. Okay, for anybody new who is watching, let me tell you how this works. So, if you've never seen from me before, go ahead and send me an email. Let me know your YouTube name, your real name, your legal name, and your shipping address. That way I know where to send your email and where to send your invoice and where to send the items you win. That's what I meant to say. Okay, next, I want to let you know that you are obligated to pay for absolutely everything that you bid on. I do not cancel auctions. So you just plain have pay for what you bid. Oh, okay. I'm so sorry. A long distance friend. All right. I didn't mean to imply that y'all were a thing. I'm so sorry if it sounded that way. I'm so sorry. I take that back. I will always say Nana's friend Terry. Okay, my apologies. I'm sorry. Janice, hello, hello, Janice. So once you have registered, then you can bid. The way you bid in my chat is in numbers. That way you have proof that you knew how much you were going to be charged on your invoice. All sales are final. All items are as is and where is. The only time you can retract is during an auction. The methods of payment that I accept are a choice of Zelle or PayPal. The method of shipping is Pirate Ship. And Pirate Ship is a discounted shipping service that works with both UPS and USPS in order to get the deepest discounted rates. And those deeply discounted rates are based on the weight of the package, the dimensions of the package, and the distance from your zip code to mine. I'm shipping from a suburb of New Orleans, Louisiana. That's why my channel name is Southern Belle NOLA. And I combine all of the auctions on Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. And then I do the packing and invoicing on Wednesday, Thursday. Oh, well, thank you for clarifying. We love their things so that we can get to know you better. I don't ever want to dox anybody, so I'll wait for y'all to share about yourselves. So, but it's funny the things that I've learned about everybody in the chat who were just telling a funny story or something cool that happened to them. Now, the only happened to me is I finally had to break down and turn my air conditioner on. It got up to 88 degrees and it was just so hot and so sweaty. I finally had to break down and turn my air conditioner on for a couple of hours. Now, I did turn it back off once it cooled down a little bit, and I'm just running the fans now. But I tell you what, it was such a hot day. So I hope y'all are cooler than I am. Oh, but it's November, so you can't expect it to be cool yet. We don't get cold weather until after Christmas here in New Orleans. Oh, also, at the last auction, I don't have anybody co-hosting tonight. If anybody would like to help me out, I will drop the link and I'll take any all volunteers. And sweet Katie said, sure, drop the link. I'll help you out, Belle. So I'm going to say the same thing. If anybody would try co-hosting, whether for a few minutes, few hours, all night, whatever it is, and I will drop the link because I thought Katie did such a great job, especially considering that my internet went out. Oh, that was a lot of pressure on her, and she was just so kind. All right, well, y'all ready to get this auction started? Get this auction started on a Saturday night. Okay, I say let the good times roll in your life, roll in your heart, roll in your soul, roll on and on and on. And y'all click the thumbs up between a few thumbs that I already had and the 11 people who've tuned in so far. I should have at least a dozen. So y'all help me out tonight. $1 starting bid for choice. This is the Belle's Bargain Bonanza that we start the show with. And at the top of every hour, we'll have another $1 round, after, just depending on how much God lets us go before the internet crashes. Oh, here in the bayou, we just have not great internet. And companies don't invest a lot because they know sooner or later we're going to get another hurricane, another hurricane, and another hurricane. So I understand the logic. Okay, so we're looking for $1 for choice. Let me take you through the options. Here we have a scented cinnamon broom. We've got some pumpkins, and these have little crystals on them. I'm not sure if y'all can see the little crystals. Then in the back, we've got some scarecrows. I've got another scented broom, but this one's pumpkin spice. Then I have some glittered picks. You could put these in cupcakes or cake balls or a cake or maybe a wreath. Then I have what's called a floral pick, and it has some cute little mushrooms on it. Then we get into the gourds. This one is felt. This one's also felt. This one is kind of squishy. This one, it's either crocheted or knitted. I don't know the difference. This one is made of a corn husk. How interesting is that? Then this one is some kind of elite pottery. Then these two are ceramic. So one's a pine cone, a corn. Up close. This one I might need to lift up the camera just so you can see the glaze. But it's some kind of like or ceramic with a really elaborate paint on it. And also, let me show you this one. Well, I'll pick this one because this one, I'm not sure if y'all can see the little crystals on it. But those two have these little crystals on it. And everything's new with tag. I'm not one of those vintage sellers that sells the old used stuff from the garage sale. I don't do that. But some people make a great living from that. So good, honest, hard work. It's just a different genre. And likewise, the people who sell things from the storage unit. Once again, it's a different genre, but they work pretty hard at their genre and buying the units and what they sell. And they never know what's going to be in them. So lots of different types of auctions here on YouTube. So I'm looking for $1 starting at for choice. So many different choices, different materials. Felt, crochet, pottery, ceramic, craft, rattan, corn husk. Looking for $1 starting bid. Hi, Craig. All hail, King. Craig is my Diamond King ballerino, and you too can be a ballerina or ballerino. All you have to do is click the join button, and you'll see 3 different levels of membership. Craig has the most elite one, so he is King Ballerina with diamonds in his crown. But even the entry level of just ballerino or ballerino will get you shout outs and freebies in every shipped box. Okay, we are looking for $1 starting bid for any of these things. Let's see, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 different options. It's hard to think that 14 different things are a pass. But maybe it's the lag. I'll give it another minute, and then if there's no interest, I'll just clear this all off. So tonight, I'm going to have socks, ribbon, wax melts, long matches, organizational containers, candles, some craft supplies, sponges, a towel that's just made for your hair, and I have the super fun jewelry game from last week that we didn't get to play. All right, any interest? Well, these will be available on a replay. So I don't want to pull these off too quickly, but I don't want to stay on this forever either. Okay, last song. All right. And y'all go ahead and click the thumbs up while I am clearing the option block. Okay, well, let's see what we should show instead. All right, well, let's start with, all right, I'm going to start with this box. This is an empty box, but it's an empty box by Beverly Hills Pony. So $2. It's specifically from the Blue for Men. I think my dad had this, and he was saving it to put something in or store something in, and he just never got around to it. But he thought the box was too nice to just throw it away. So I thought, well, there may be somebody who feels the same way, and maybe you want to store your love letters in it or your cards. Maybe you want to put shaving items in it. So much you could store in it. So I just thought I'd offer it up for auction because my dad really didn't want to throw away a really nice metal empty box that was named Brand. So I thought, well, somebody at my auction might feel that way. And Melissa, are you bidding or are you just putting in the starting bid? So it looks like you're bidding, but I could be mistaken. Okay, we're looking for 225 because apparently that was a bid from Melissa. Obviously, this is a one and done. I also want to show you that the logo is on the side as well and on the front as well. No extra charge for the little bit of dust. All right, if there's no further interest, let's just count it down. Oh, Patty Rose. Everybody welcome Patty Rose. Patty Rose in at 225. Now, Patty, you did hear that this is an empty box, right? You're not buying Blue for Men. It is just the box that it came in. It is metal. There's logos on this side, logos on this side. This belonged to my dad. He used the contents and he saved the box. So since Patty's just now entering, I want to make sure she understands it's just the box. Lisa's fun finds. I am so honored to have you here. So nice to see you, Lisa. I hope you are well. I am Lisa in about a year, not this Halloween ago, but last Halloween. I was blessed to be a guest with Lisa and Patty and Patsy, and we had such a fun time. I've been wanting to do something with you girls ever since then. I think I laughed and smiled more on that collaboration than any other time. Okay, so meanwhile, Melissa is up to 250. Patty, are you in for 275 or are you out? Let's see where Patty stands. Oh, the pleasure is mine, Lisa. Oh, Patty. Okay, Patty's out, so we're going to go back to counting this down. Fair warning. Rainbow. Oh, but Rainbow does such a great job running my chat. Okay, sold to Melissa. All right. Now, next I have some Diamond brand long reaching matches. So if you have a fireplace, maybe you do camping, maybe you have one of those outdoor fire pits. $2 starting bid for these extra long, extra thick as well for longer burn time matches. And it says ideal for barbecue grills, fireplaces, stoves, candles, campfires, and more. So we're going to start these off at $2. And you'll see the box is about 10 inches. Crochet Queen Kathy is in for two. Looking for 225. Any interest? Y'all don't forget to click the thumbs up for my little auction. And y'all always remember when you're buying something to put a times symbol and the number you want to buy. Because that helps Melissa and Rainbow. I think I announced it backwards. I think I said that Rainbow was running the chat and Melissa was making the list, but it's the opposite. It is Melissa running the chat tonight and Rainbow making the list. Tomorrow, it's Rainbow running the chat and Melissa making the list. I've got 4 of these available. And this won't be something I will get in again until probably next year. So this is probably your only chance to get them. But for right now, I have four. Okay, we are sold to CQ Kathy. Let's see how many Kathy might want. One, two, three, or all four? Okay, Kathy's going to go for all four. All right, that makes my life easy. Thank you, Kathy. Okay, next I have some rolls of ribbon. I'm going to start these at $2 for choice. See if I can get y'all a good view of these. There's a lot of fall ones in here, some plaid ones in here. I do in the back have a few florals and even some butterfly ones, but y'all don't tell Jay now. Okay, looking for $2 for choice for an entire roll of ribbon. I'm not that person who's going to open them up and measure them out where, like they do at fabric stores. You just buy the whole roll. I remember when I was a little girl being stuck going to fabric stores with my mom. And I just say, just get the roll, just get the bolt of material, just get that. And she's like, no, it's not like that. You have to have it measured, and then they have to write you a ticket, and they have to make it take as long as possible and make it as expensive as possible. I'm like, really, mommy? There's got to be a better way. Oh. So I just sell every roll as a roll. Great for putting on some wreaths on packages. And these are all what's called wire edged ribbons. So, meaning the chiz here and here have wire in them. So, it gives them more durability and flexibility. Okay, if there's no interest, I will move this aside. It'll be available on the replay. Well, let's try bringing back a fun game. Uh, some of you were in, and Kathy Dubrick, the last time we played a game, kept saying, wait, is it time for the chat to pick now? Is it time for the chat to pick now? And I'm like, we don't do that. That's not how this works. And she said, oh, sorry, I must have it confused. And I started talking to Rainbow after the show because she's in a later time frame. So therefore, we could talk after the show. Melissa's already up past her bedtime by the time the auction ends because she's Eastern. So I have to wait till the next whole day to talk to Melissa. And we started talking about this game that we used to play. And it did have an opportunity for the chat. So let me tell you how this works and what we're going to do. It's going to be the $5 jewelry jubilee. $5 jewelry jubilee. And this is how it's played. Each one of these is $5. Now, I know on some other channels, they have these buy-ins and you have to sell so many and there are wheels. And I have a small channel. I don't do all that. So this only has 9 opportunities. And if not all 9 opportunities sell, that's okay. Even just one could sell, and it would still work out fine. There are bonuses, but I do my bonuses different than other channels. Here is how my bonuses work. You know that you've gotten a bonus because instead of a piece of jewelry inside, there will be a note. Now, my bonuses are both a bonus for the buyer and a bonus for the chat. So this is how it works. When I open it, it will say choice of, and then a particular word, like choice of giraffes. And I'll show you a couple of different giraffe items, and you can pick which one you want. The bonus is getting to pick rather than the one thing I happen to have put in the beautiful damask pouch. So bonus for the chat is whichever one or ones that the buyer didn't pick, they get to pick from the remaining ones. So the bonus is being able to see and choose. Otherwise, you get what you get. Now, these are all items that I sell for more than $5. And you get the beautiful damask pouch as well. I mean, just the pouch alone, I sell for $1. So, would anybody like to buy a mystery $5 jewelry jubilee? And if anybody didn't understand, I can repeat that. So if y'all have questions, feel free. Some of y'all might remember the game from back in the spring. Is this thing still on? Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Okay, now I did set up 2 rounds. This round of Jewelry Jubilee, each pouch has a necklace inside it. I did set up a second round, which all have brooches. So if you're worried that, oh no, it might be earrings and my ears aren't pierced, you don't have to worry about it. So I thought about doing some bracelets, but I didn't know if bracelets would be popular. So of this round, it is just necklaces. And of the next round, it will be brooches. Now, when you pick, you're going to pick which pouch you want. So the rows are 1, 2, and 3. The columns are 4, 5, and 6. So for instance, if you want this one, you're going to say 3, 4. If you want this one, you'll say 3, 5, 3, 6. This one would be 2, 4. You get the idea. So you get to pick which one you want. That's why I have numbered them. And then if you get a bonus, you get a bonus. There are 3 out of 9 bonuses. 3 out of 9. That's pretty good odds, right? But the beauty about this game is I don't have to sell them all out. It's just for fun. Okay, I see Kitty is going to take a $5 Jewelry Jubilee. We just have to see which one she wants. And then, unlike other channels where you have to decide you want to open it or not, all of these have to be opened because if it's a bonus, I have to show the buyer the choices and then we open it to the chat. So therefore, they all have to be opened. It's not an opportunity because if it was a bonus, you don't want to get a slip of paper. That would be no fun. Okay, she's going to go for 2, 5, which is the center. Okay, let's see what Kitty gets. And she also gets this beautiful pouch, which both has a snap and a zipper. Oh, I can't believe I fit this big necklace in here. This is fabulous for fall. Look at this beautiful silver tone textured leaf, and it is on this super long chain, which has lobster claw clasp, has some beads on it, also has an extender, like you would need an extender with something this long, but perfect for fall. So everybody congratulate Kitty. I did try to choose necklaces that I thought would be good for fall. All right, so that one's going to Kitty. Hi, Blingy. Everybody, welcome Blingy, our newest ballerina. Thank you so much for joining the membership. Okay, anybody else for a $5 mystery jewelry jubilee? Remember, these are all necklaces. The next round will be all brooches. Anybody else? So glad you're here, Blingy. Okay, anybody else? If not, we can clear this out and put out the brooches instead. I was hoping we'd at least get some of the bonuses so y'all could see how bonuses work, but if not, that's okay. We might try it another time. Okay, last call on these before I clear them away and put out the brooches. All right then. All right, here we go. All right, $5 for a choice, and these are either brooches or bonuses. And so that I could tell which one was which, I made the middle row different. Otherwise, I would have had to stop and look to see which one were the brooches, which one were the necklaces. All right, so we're going to go with this round looking for $5. And you're going to choose your quadrant. So that way I will know which one you want me to open. 1, 2, and 3 are the rows. 4, 5, and 6 are the columns. $5 for choice. On the mystery jewelry jubilee. All right, Melissa is in for 5. Thank you, thank you. And remember, with my style of bonuses, it is a bonus both to the buyer and the chat. Okay, Melissa is going to go with 2, 6. So that's going to be this one. All right, let's see what brooch she picked. These pouches are so pretty. Okay, inside we have, oh, look at this blingy scorpion. Gorgeous. Okay, anybody else? Everybody congratulate Melissa. Hello, Alice. So great to see you, Alice. Okay, I think Alice might be bidding on a brooch round of Jewelry Jubilee. If so, I just need you to pick a row and column. So 2-6 is gone. That was chosen already, but you have 8 others you can choose. Okay, apparently she's going to take the whole middle row. All right, let's see what we have here. Here is 2, 4. Ooh, look at this beautiful hat. And look at the pretty little gemstones in it. Bling, bling, bling. So pretty. And here's the back. All right, that's Alice's first one for 2, 4. And for 2, 5. Another beautiful damask pouch. Inside this one is, oh, it's a bunny. Little bunny foo-foo hopping through the fall. Or you could save it for Easter as well, or some people use bunnies all year round because it's one of their favorite animals. So there is your second one, Miss Alice. Thank you, thank you. Okay, Kitty is going for 1-6. Okay, 1-6. Here we go. Oh, I feel a piece of paper. I think we have our first bonus. Okay. So you'll get to see. Choice of dog. Choice of dog. So for her $5, Kitty is going to get a choice of dog. She could pick both, in fact. Whichever one she doesn't pick, if there is one, will be offered to the chat. Now, I'm going to put this over to the side because whichever one she puts, I'm going to put in her case. All right, so let me show you the 2 options. The first option is this cute little poodle. Or the second option is this dachshund. So choice of dog, poodle, or dachshund. Different breeds, different colors. What will Kitty choose? Bum 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Now, if Kitty takes them both, that's her prerogative. If she takes just one, then the way it's a bonus to the chat is we will offer it up to the chat. All right, let's see which Kitty picks. Okay, she's going for poodle. All right, so I'm going to put this in your little pouch. I'm going to zip it. I'm going to snap it, and it is yours. But I still have this little one. Okay, so we're going to offer this up to the chat with a starting bid of $5. Anybody like dachshunds? Look at that cute little tail. Look how it just turns up. And look, there's a cute little collar as well. Okay, anybody for the dachshund? Look at those short little legs. When I lived in Texas, I had a pastor whose name was Eric. He had just graduated from seminary, and he and his wife, Renee, had a dachshund that looked almost like that. and they lived a couple of streets over from me. And every time they would travel or vacation, I was their volunteer pet sitter, which I know sounds so confusing, since y'all don't think of me as a pet person. But when I was in Texas, I would be their volunteer pet sitter. And their little dachshund's name was Hector. Okay, well, you may have missed the explanation. These are $5 mystery bags, but the way I do bonuses is the bonus is a choice. Everything else, you just get what's in the bag. The way I do bonuses is it's a choice, and that's the way it's a bonus for the buyer. The way it's a bonus for the chat is they get a chance to pick up what the buyer leaves behind. Okay, we're going to pass on this one. Anybody else for a $5 mystery jewelry jubilee? So it'll either be a mystery piece of jewelry. This round is all brooches, blingy, or it will be a slip of paper with a choice. And that's your bonuses. Anybody else? But either way, you are guaranteed a $5 brooch. And the way you choose is by using the numbers of the rows and the numbers of the columns. So we have 1/4, 1/5, 3/4, 3/5, and 3/6 left. But the great thing about my little games is if they don't all sell out, it's okay. I'm just a small channel, so that's why I only have 9 options to even to begin with. But at least I'm trying. Okay, last call on these. Anybody else? All right, let me move these to the side then. All right, next I've got an organizer. Now, I sold some smaller ones like this last week, and I ran out. I even had 2 emails asking, "Do you have more? Do you have more?" And one person I just said, "No, I'm sorry, I'm sold out." The other person I tried to tell, "Well, I have a bigger one, but it's not perfect." So this is the bigger one that I have that's not perfect. You'll see it's black and white and gorgeous. It literally says chrysanthemum. It has room where you can put a label. Let me show you the only thing that's not perfect about it is over here. Do you see this little part right here isn't still glued? It only moves a tiny little bit. But I never want to sell something as perfect if it has even the tiniest imperfection to it. So the ones I sold before were this size. So this one is bigger, but it's not perfect. I'm still going to start it out at 5. I only have this one. Only have this one. But I don't know if y'all can tell, it's nice and deep. Got more room for storage caddies. So $5 for this tray. And the first couple of auctions, I did use this one. That's how it has the tiniest little separation here. Because when I'd show jewelry, I thought, well, I need to lay it out in such a way that it doesn't get tangled. I later found something that's like 3 times this size. It was a store display, and I used that instead. Not that I show that much jewelry. I thought I would show more jewelry when I first started, and then people kept saying, "Oh, everybody shows jewelry. Can you show more of the other stuff?" So I started showing more of the other stuff. Okay, Patty Rose is at 5. We're looking for 525. Remember, this is a one and done, and remember, it does have that teeny tiny imperfection. Looking for 525. And then if anybody is saying, well, that's nice and all because you can just pick things out of it, but I need something to keep dust of my long-term jewelry. I will show you a way to keep dust off of your long-term jewelry. I mean, I guess you could put saran wrap over this, but I don't know that that's really the best look. But if you're going to be reaching in, this is great. Jocelyn! Hello, hello. Everybody say hi to Jossie. I'm so glad you're here, sweetheart. Okay, let me move this aside. It's sold to Patty. All right, let me show you something I just got in. I ordered some of these for me, and it worked out so well that I bought some for y'all. This is going to be $3 for choice. Now, if you want a way to keep your jewelry dust free, here is the solution. It's got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 times 4. It's got 24 cubbies in it. One of the things I like about it is that it has 1, 2 closures. So many of them that I looked at just had one in the center. And I thought, if that one in the center ever gives, I should up a creek without a paddle. So I like that this had 2 on it, as well as a closure. And also, if you wanted to hang it, which I wouldn't hang this, but apparently you could hang this. But I liked it just because it was flat. I could stack these up. So if you want one for your gold tone, one for your silver tone, one for your pieces with pearls, or one for all the stuff with stones, or your blues, or your greens. My late mother would have loved these. She'd have one for every color. So these would also be great for beads or diamond art or findings or clasps or any of that. So 24 gridded container for $3. And it's going to keep your stuff dust free. And they're all new. And easily stackable. Oh, and Kitty has a totally different idea. She's saying that she uses them for meds. Okay, I was thinking about jewelry or beading or crafts, but if you have enough meds to put in here, okay. This might also be good for a coin collector or a stamp collector. All right, well, let's go ahead and count it down. Y'all don't forget to click the thumbs up for me. This is in for 325. We'll go back to Kitty and see if she wants to go up to 350. Oh, that makes so much sense, Kitty, that she separates hers and Terry's a month at a time. Oh, that makes sense. Okay, so Janice is in for 325. Let's see if Kitty wants to go up to 350 or if she wants to be out. And once again, if anybody wants to try co-hosting, y'all just let me know and I'll drop the link and y'all can click and try it out and see how you do. Okay, Kitty's at 350. Janice, do you want to go up to 375? Janice is at 375. Once again, this is 24 little containers. Well, little grits. Okay, Kitty's out. So we're going to count this down to Janice. We are going once. Going twice. I'll put this back in the little container so it stays nice. Fair warning. Okay, we are sold to Janice. Everybody congratulate Janice. Janice, how many would you like? Y'all click the thumbs up for me, pretty please. Everybody make sure you're on live chat, not that top chat, which will deceive you into thinking your own chat is at the top. Also, make sure your little red line is pulled all the way forward. Okay, Janice is going to take 2. All right, here's 2 for Janice. All right, we'll check with Kitty. Kitty, do you want some of these, sweetheart? And then after, we'll open this up to the chat and see if anybody else wants to get in on this great opportunity. This could even make a fun gift if you maybe put little things in it to get somebody started on a jewelry collection or a beading collection or a diamond art collection. Okay, Kitty's going to pass. No worries. We're going to open this up to the chat. Anybody interested in one of these 24 grid organizers? hard to put a price on organization, but being able to see all that you have in one place instead of looking for it and chasing it down, as well as keeping it dust free and also out of the reach of kids and pets and others where tiny little pieces might be detrimental or fatal. Okay, last call on this one then. Okay, we're going to pass on this. Well, they always say cleanliness is next to godliness. I have a pack of 5 sponges. Now, I don't know any place that you can get a sponge for $1 anymore. You're looking at $1.25, $1.50, but I am not going to sell all of these sponges for 7. I'm not even going to sell these 5 sponges for $5, which would be a buck. I'm going to start 5 sponges at the crazy low price of $3. $3. So these are great sponges because this side has a stuffing scouring side, and this side is soft. So one side is for your stuck on burnt pans, basically the way I cook, or this side is for the soft grandma's china, the way Melissa cooks. So 5 sponges. We're going to start this at 3, and we'll just see where the bidding goes. Y'all know sponges should be at least $1, and you'd be hard pressed to find them for $1 in this economy. I know sponges aren't fun. Jewelry's fun. Sparklies are fun. But sometimes just keeping what you have good and clean and in working order, that is more important than buying the fun sparklies. Okay. Any interest in the sponges? Okay, we're going to pass on these. I've shown some stickers, and some of the stickers have sold, and I have a few more. $3 for choice. There are 500 stickers on here. The first one are dinosaurs. Look at these cute, cute, cute dinosaurs. The second one are safari animals. So you've got zebras and lions and giraffes, elephants, sloths. I'm not sure if that's a cheetah or a puma. A orangutan. So all kinds of cute ones. So $3 for choice. You can say safari for this one, and you can say dinosaurs for this one. And once again, you're getting hundreds and hundreds of stickers. Set this down instead of holding it. And after this, I see it's the top of the hour, so we'll have our next $1 round. Kitty's in for 3. Thank you, Kitty. Still to come tonight, I've got candles, wax melts, wax melters, socks, some crafting items, some hair towels, some hygiene items. We're at fair warning. Now, I should let you know I have 4 of the dinosaurs available and only 1 of the safari available. Okay, we are sold to Kitty. Kitty, what can I get for you, sweetheart? Okay, she's going to go for, I'm guessing, safari. All right, great. Look at who these are. All right, so anybody then for the dinosaurs? Last call for dinosaurs, and then we'll go to our $1 round. Okay, we're going to pass on this one. Okay, next, since several people were interested in the first empty box, which I didn't think anybody was going to be interested in the empty box, my dad in heaven is laughing, saying, I told you so, I told you so. See, Daddy's always right. Well, he wouldn't say always, he'd say Daddy's often right. Oh, okay, so I'm going to have more empty boxes. So maybe you have something by this brand to put in there, or maybe it's just a fun box, or maybe it's even a psych. You thought it was going to be Disney. Ha ha ha. This is your joke gift. But these are all boxes that I think my mother received jewelry in, and she just kept the box. So they're all going to be, I wonder if it says, oh, look, this one was $8 originally. Okay, so Disney is the first option. Second option is CNC California. All right, this one apparently comes with a little pillow inside it. It is from Arm Candy by Eye Candy Los Angeles Luxe Bracelet Collection. Okay, next one is Shivam, made in India. Okay, this one is a Lucky Brand, established 1990. This one says Sterling Forever. This one is also from Eye Candy. And in case you're wondering, is that a see-through? Yes, it is see-through in case you want the recipient to be able to see through it or be able to store the item and be able to look in and see what it is. Okay, next box is by Seed and Sage. This also is sterling silver, crafted in Mexico. Ooh la la. Just shows somewhere around here, Mommy must have some sterling. I probably just have seen it 1,000 times and did not know it was sterling. Okay, here's the next one. Oh, Rachel Zoe, Los Angeles, New York. And some of these are this kind where, I don't know if I should have shown y'all, where it has the hinge. This one, I think, is one of the hinge ones. Yeah, this one's also a hinge one. Oh, this one apparently was labradorite. Nice. Okay, let's see what else we've got. This one is Mia Fiore, made in Italy. Once again, it's one of the hinge types. Okay, if you like the types that come with the pillow, this is the type that comes with the pillow. This one is by Scroll and Vine. Oh, I've shown one of each of them. Let me double check. I don't think I've shown this one yet. This is by Argento Vivo. And it might be that there's no interest. Oh, here's another Mia Fiore, made in Italy. And this one is for a bracelet, and it's a hinge. Some of them, there is more than one. Some of them, not so much. Oh, wait, here's one more. No, wait, that's two tops. All right, any interest in the boxes? Anybody need a box? All right, Jocelyn's in for one. And just out of curiosity, do y'all keep your boxes like my mommy did? Or do y'all throw away the box? Or do y'all keep the item in the box so you know what came out of it? So it's so surprising that she didn't throw the box away, but she didn't keep that specific jewelry piece in the box. Okay, Kitty's at $1.25. Let's see if Jocelyn wants to go for $1.50. And you know, if you sell online, there might be some online sellers that need some of these boxes if you happen to sell some of these brands. Oh, and Melissa says she keeps the box. Jocelyn says she keeps some boxes. Okay, Jocelyn's in for $1.50. We'll go back to Kitty. Kitty, are you in for $1.75 or are you out? I'm glad that y'all don't think I'm ridiculous for selling boxes. But I still think it'd be a super funny short video to hand somebody a box and then put a little note in it that says gift not included. Like when you were a kid and it was a toy and it said batteries not included. Gift not included. Oh. Oh, and Kitty says that she reuses boxes and she glues pretty cardstock over the name. Okay, that's good to know. All right, well, let's count this down then. And some of these have duplicates, some of these don't. So if you happen to want a duplicate of a favorite brand, let me know and I will see if there's a duplicate. Fair warning. And Kitty says, I don't think it's strange. Most of us buy bags or boxes at the holidays. Okay, and we are sold to Jocelyn. Okay, and she's going to go for the two Mia Fiore from Italy. Okay, great choices. Use those nice hinge ones too. All right, anybody else for what's left? Is there anything remaining that you might want, Kitty? Just checking with you in case. Can you have the hinged ones? Okay, let me see how many hinged ones I have. All right, this one, oops. Well, maybe you want that in there in case you're putting your own jewelry. So this is one. Oh, did I not put it back in right? I didn't put it back in right. All right, I'm just going to take it out then because you just want the hinged ones. All right, so one. Which other ones are hinged? Okay, not hinged, not hinged. Rachel Zoe is hinged. That's 2. 3. Not hinged, not hinged, not hinged. Okay, so I think we have 3 hinged ones for Kitty. Put these in a little sack. Okay, anybody else? Okay, last call on the little boxes. I thought everybody was going to want the Disney and the Lucky. Just shows how little I know, or the sterling ones. Okay, let me move these aside then. They'll be available on the replay. And remember, some of these multiples. I'd like the black one in front. Was that these, Melissa? If so, I have 2 of this one. Just let me know if you want one or both. I think it was these 2. I think this might actually be navy rather than black, but I'm not 100% sure. So let me see if that's the right one and if Melissa wants one or both. Oops, I put that one upside down. But you know what I'm thinking, Kitty? You know, you could pry that little name tag off or cover it up and make your own tag like you were talking about. So it looks like the tag is on top of the design where you could just cover it up and put your own. Okay, so this one's going to Melissa. Anyone for the other one now that y'all know I have two? The actual brand is Scroll and Vine. And look, even the bottom of the box is pretty. Okay, let me move these aside. Now, this next one is also an empty box. This one's going to have to start at 2, and the reason is it's magnetic. Oddly enough, it's by M&M. You weren't expecting that, Melissa, were you? Melissa's like, you didn't tell me ahead. Let me show you how magnetic box works. So this is actually a ring box. Can you see right here? I'm putting my hand into the, in fact, let me grab a ring. The ring is not included. This is my own ring. So see, there's a little hole where you can put a ring in it right here. But here's how it's magnetic. See, it closes on its own because it's magnetic. So that's why these have to be $2. So apparently my mother loved this line of rings because she has several of these boxes. So these are hinged and magnetic. So $2. I hope y'all understand. Also, they're Christmas red or Valentine's red. I only have 4 of these, and that's it. In fact, I'm just going to show you, because that's it. But I always thought it was so cool that they were a magnetic closure. And then y'all let me know what you'd like to see after this. If you'd like to see wax melts, wax melt jars, candles, socks, hair towels, some scratch and dent. All right, we've got Kitty for 2, looking for $2.25. If not, let's count it down. Got lots of great things to show, and we never know when the auction is going to end. So I always say bid quick and request what you want because it might not get shown. I always want to keep going, but at a certain point, either the internet's going to give out or my bladder will. So, and y'all make sure to click the thumbs up. Maybe tonight is finally the night I get 30 thumbs. Okay, Janice would like to see scratch and dent, so I will show scratch and dent next. And after scratch and dent, I see requests for wax melt and hair towels, so we'll do that after. All right, that's a great item lineup of 3 things. And Rainbow, you keep me on track and keep reminding me, okay now? Aw, Kitty says, can I have 3 and then send one to my favorite M&M? Aw, that's Melissa McIntosh. Okay, so all 4 are gone. 3 to Kitty, and Kitty is treating to Melissa. And as with any gifting, I always want to remind y'all that if the person has a box, I can just drop it in the box. Otherwise, you do have to pay the shipping to get that gift from me to them. All right, so for scratch and dent, y'all are going to be so surprised. I'm about to show you some food, but it's not Sunday. Well, I don't ever show scratch and dent food on a Sunday because Sunday I want only for the most perfect and optimal food. So anytime I have a scratch and dent, I'm going to show it on some other night. Now, let me show you what scratch and dent about these. What scratch and dent about these is the date. So sadly enough, these were from the 29th of August. I'm sorry, the 29th of October. 29th of October. So these are passed by what, 7 days? So if that bothers you, don't bid on these. Don't bid on these. Oh wait, this one's still in date. Never mind. It's just this one. Just this one. Sorry. Okay, so if anybody is interested in these Ritz Bits peanut butter, $2. $2 starting bid. But I don't show anything that's past the Best By date at my auction. So every now and then when there's something past the Best By date, I show it at a regular auction as a scratch and dent. So if you don't care about dates or you think 7 days, that's nothing, especially for a big, huge box. So this box is 8 inches. And it also has no high fructose corn syrup. The filling is made with real peanut butter. Janice is in for 2. Thank you, thank you. Now, since I realized that the other one is not expired till February, you'll see the cheese-filled one at the auction on Sunday. And it was $2. No. It'll start out at 4. Because these are big, big boxes. All right, anybody for $2.25? Otherwise, we're going to count it down to Janice. And then I have one other scratch and dent item. It's actually from the Sunday sale as well, but it's not food. All right, let's count it down and then see how many she wants. Okay, Janice, 1, 2, or all 3? One, 2, or all 3? Okay, she's going to go for 1. Here's 1 going to Janice. All right, any interest in the other 2? Okay, Kathy, is that a $2 bid or a quantity of 2? Rainbow, help me out, sweetheart. So I just want to make sure if $2 is the amount you're paying or you're taking 2, which is the last 2. Because I don't ever want to overcharge somebody or send them more than they wanted. So I'm just checking. We're not even at 20 likes yet. What's going on? Okay, so you just want a quantity of 1 or you want both? Melissa and Rainbow, y'all help me out, please. Listen, Rainbow. So we're just trying to find out if you want one or both of the Ritz Bits filled with delicious peanut butter. And it is real peanut butter too, according to the label, with no high fructose corn syrup. Okay, Rainbow has determined that she wants both, so I guess we're sold out then. Thank you, Rainbow. All right, here is the next item. Now, I always hear people call these a Stanley, and I have no idea why. These are huge, super tall metal cups. Here's my ruler, and they have these really secure handles, and they're metal. The original price on this one, and this was a discounted one too, this was $10. It's part of the Dolly Parton line. But I've seen these at $20, $30. But this one is scratch and dent. Let me show you what's wrong with it. Now, I could have been one of those unscrupulous sellers that took the top off and just said, look at this great cup. It's perfect. Because the cup is perfect. It's brand new. It is shiny and gorgeous. It is Dolly Parton. But what's wrong with it is this. And I dropped it and broke it. I did not know that this would break because I never had one of these cups before. You might still want the straw. If you want the top, you're welcome to it. But it does have this little broken part here. There's a lot of people that just want to drink directly from it. So if you don't care about the top, you might still like it. Or you might want it just for the straw, or you might not care that it has the chip. So, but I just want to let you know that it was fine when I got it. I dropped it and I broke it. So I just did not know that those were so delicate. Now, here's the hard part. You twist. You can tell I don't have fancy cups in my life. Okay, there we go. I got it back on. All right, so we're going to start this one at $3. $3. And you can let me know if you want it all in its broken condition, if you want just the tall metal handled cup, if you want the cup and the straw, if you want the whole thing. So hopefully I've explained it clearly enough and shown you everything that's wrong with it, because I don't sell scratch and dent stuff very often, but when I do, I want to make sure y'all totally understand. But I feel so bad about the scratch and dent stuff. This is why I could never sell vintage or used stuff. It would just break my heart. This is why I like to sell brand new, perfect stuff to y'all. So I don't have to point things out, and I don't have to apologize, and I don't have to explain. But I know some people take the tops off and just drink from it altogether. I started noticing I'm getting little lines around my mouth, and I think it's because I use a straw so much. I think a lot of us use a straw so often, we're getting lines around our mouths because of the straw. Okay, any interest in this dolly cup? I'll show you the inside again. Oops. Super big, super deep. All right, last call then. And This will conclude our scratch and dent stuff if nobody's interested. I might should have just shown y'all the cup and not how it started off. I just always want to be honest. I still feel so bad that I have broken up. All right, let me get it back on the right way. I have the hardest time getting these on and off. I don't know how y'all do this. There we go. All right, we will pass on that then. All right, so I think I saw hair towels. All right, let me show you how these hair towels work. Some of y'all probably already know. See if I can open it up. This is brand new. It's never touched anybody's hair. So the way it works is you put your head in here, and this part down here has a little loop, and it covers your hair. And then you have a choice of fastening the loop to the bottom button or the top button, just on how tight you want it or how much hair you want it. So that's how these work. I may not get it folded up exactly right. This is a lavender color, and look at these little buttons that kind of look like a teddy bear. Okay, so looking for $5 for this specialty towel. Hopefully y'all have seen those and you know how they work. My late mother would have loved this. Bless her heart, towards the end of her life, we had to bathe her and wash her hair. And every time we did, she'd just say, "Baby, I'm just so exhausted. I'm just so exhausted." And I'm like, "But mother, all you're doing is sitting there. We were bathing you and washing your hair." And she's like, "Just sitting up, just holding my neck up. Just, you won't believe how much it just tires me out." And she just said, "Please get me where I can just lay down. I just need to put my head on something." I'm like, "No, no, you can't. Your head's wet. You're going to get the sofa or the pillow or the recliner or whatever she was going to sit down in all wet." And so she's like, "Well, put down some towels or put down her solution to everything was a disposable tablecloth. And then after you can just throw it away. Come on, baby, I need to rest." So she would have loved this. This would have solved her whole problem. I don't know if any of y'all feel that way where you just get tired out with the whole shampooing, conditioning process, but she felt that way. All right, Patty's in for 5. Thank you, Patty. Looking for 5.25. I do want to let y'all know I only have 2 of these. Only have 2 of these. And clearly, I didn't fold it up as well as it was folded in the original package. Oh, and Kitty apparently has heard of hair towels and has some and loves them. I'm so glad. I used to try to wrap up a regular towel this way, but it's like you'd have to somehow kind of tuck it in and it would come untucked. Or I even would try to hold it with a bobby pin, but it would just come off. So the very fact that there's a loop and a button, it's just so smart. Oh, and Melissa apparently also has hair towels. Okay. Well, Melissa, you'll have to measure yours and then tell me how long an extra long one will be, and I will check mine or I'll check to see if I might can find and order some. But you'll have to, like, do some background and help me figure it out. Although I don't know when I ordered these if anything said the dimensions, but I could order more and then just measure the ones I get, I suppose. Anything to help you out, sweetheart, since you're so kind as to help me out on these auctions? All right, fair warning. And then we'll see if it's one or both. It's a pretty lavender color too. I don't know if it's coming through the screen or not, but it's lovely. Oh, and Patty says, I use them at the pool and at beach clubs. Oh, that is super smart. I love that. All right, we are sold to Patty. Everybody congratulate Patty. She's going to take both. And once again, Patty, I'm sorry I didn't hold this up as good as the manufacturer. My apologies. Okay, I'm about to show some wax melts, but before I do that, the last time I showed some, somebody wrote me and said, if you would just show the warmer first, I would have gotten some. So for those people who might not have a warmer, I want to show you two options in warmers. Well, really, it's the same warmer, but it's different colors. So these are going to be $8 for choice. So this one is an olive green. This one's gray. And these are electric. So if you're one of those people that doesn't want to have to light a candle just to melt a wax warmer, you just want to plug it in, easy peasy. See, plug it in. This is that kind of warmer. So it does not run on candles. It says decorative design, add style to any home. Ceramic fragrance warmer with on-off switch and AC power cord. Household safe warmer includes a clear 25-watt light bulb, and the dimensions are 5.5 by 6 by, wait, 5.5 by 6. The rest is centimeters. And of course, wax melt not included. But bum. Okay, so $8 for choice. These are the electric ones. Because you're always going to have electricity. You might not always have candles, and the candle might burn out while the wax is just half melted. So I like these better. That's just me. That's why I sell these kind. But anybody for $8. Also, even just when you're not using them, to me, these designs are just so pretty. They're like decorator savvy. They really look just like pottery sitting around your home. Any interest? Okay, last call on these then. And it may be that somebody changes their mind. All right, next I'm going to show the wax melts. These are going to start at $2 for choice. Okay, first one is lavender and chamomile. Doesn't that sound calming? Lavender and chamomile. And Patty says that she prefers tea lights because you can use them on porches and outside. How in the world do you get them to not get blown out by the wind? See here, if we tried that, it would just get blown out by the wind. Anything we light would just get blown out. Next, we have Blue Sky Day. Next, I've got Lilac Bloom. This one is Bergamot and Crushed Pomegranate. Oh, and this one's vegan. All right, this one is Spiced Vanilla. Cinnamon Spice. Apple Cider. Cozy Woods and Amber. Golden Pumpkin Spice. Okay, that's what I've got. All right, for two, I see Kitty at $2.25. Okay, Patty, I can't quite envision it, but if it works for you, then I am so, so glad. All right, we've got Kitty at $2.25, looking for $2.50. Patty's at $2.50. We'll go back to Kitty and see if she wants to go up to $2.75, or maybe she wants to be out. Okay, Kitty's at $2.75. Let's see if Patty's willing to go up to $3. Still a great price for these big wax melts. Some of these are one and done. I should say 6 of these are one and done, and 3 of these have multiples. So that's where we are. 3 of them have multiples, but 6 are one and done. All right, Patty's out, but you'll know you can always change your mind if you ever want to come back in. Sometimes people get to thinking about it and they're like, I don't know. Oh, you got me. I was teasing Melissa for trying to be out on a pig planter at Rita's auction, and she just couldn't stand it and had to come back in. Sometimes you have that little nagging feeling and you just got to come back in. So, okay, sold to Kitty. All right, we'll see which one or ones. Everybody congratulate Kitty. Okay, she's going to take the bergamot pomegranate. That's this one. Okay, wonderful. All right, anything else, or are you done? Want to see if you're still picking, or it always helps when y'all write done. When Kitty's done, we're going to circle back to Miss Patty. I know you tried, Melissa. You even tried to sell it off to Sweet Teresa. Oh. All right, Kitty, are you done, or are you still picking, sweetheart? And then we're going to circle back to Patty and see which one or ones Patty might be interested in. Okay, the second one. I believe this is the second one, and this is called Blue Sky Day. This is what it looks like. It's literally a pretty blue. Now, y'all don't all sink down now. So, in my opinion, the blue one kind of has that fresh linen, that beach kind of smell, kind of the fresh air smell. And thank everybody for watching. If you haven't already clicked the thumbs up, please do. Make sure you're on live chat, not top chat. Okay, let me review the scents. We have lavender and chamomile, blue sky day, lilac bloom, spiced vanilla, cinnamon spice, apple cider, cozy woods and amber, and then golden pumpkin spice. So the whole top row is not floral and spice vanilla. So the only ones that are floral is lilac bloom and the lavender. So I only have two that are floral. I probably should have said that way to begin with. I'm so sorry if I wasn't clear. Okay, Cozy Woods. That's this one. Okay. All right. Anything else? Or are you done? Y'all, now come on. I need y'all to sit up pretty so the nice people can pick off. Instead of how much is that doggy in the window, it's like, how much is that wax melt in the window? How much is that wax melt in the window? Okay, Kitty is done. We're going to go to Patty now. So we're sold out of a couple, but we still have a few left. Let me do this. These four are my one and dones. These three are the ones that there are multiples. Okay, of the lavender and blue, I have 6 of each. Lilac and vanilla, just 1 each. Can y'all tell I bought a mixed case of this and 12 come in the case, so I get 6 each? They were one of those things I had to buy a case of. But really like their scent. Okay, we'll see how many Patty wants. So once again, these 4 are my one and dones. These are my multiples. And then after Patty, we'll open it up in case anybody's interested in a chat. And after this, I'm going to have some essential oils. Okay, Patty says then all of my scents. Okay, so Rainbow, she's going to get 6 lavender and 6 blue sky. That's 12. Lilac bloom makes 13, and spice vanilla makes 14. So we'll put her down for wax melts times 14 on her invoice. Thank you so much, Patty. All right, what that leaves for everybody else is we've got the name brand Glade in the golden pumpkin spice. What a great smell for this time of year. We also have Just One apple cider and Just One cinnamon spice. Anybody for the last 3 options? Thank you so much, Patty. Okay, anybody else for the last 3 options? I do have duplicates of the Glade one. Apple cider is a one and done, and cinnamon spice is a one and done. All right, let me clear these away. All right, next I have some essential oils. I'm going to start these at just $3. This is peppermint, and it is 100% pure essential for aromatherapy use only. So $3. Oop, oop. Put it here. Bring my camera up to it. Oh, did you turn? There we go. All looking for $3. Oh, I do have one other option. This is a different brand. This one is Invigorating Eucalyptus. And I see it's the top of the hour. So after we give these essential oils a moment to get some bids, then we're going to go to our next $1 round. Any interest on these? Last call. Hi, Nancy. Welcome, welcome. So great to see you, sweetheart. All right, move these aside, and we'll have our next Bell's Bargain Bonanza. And I'm still asking y'all to vote to see if you'd like to have a stationary auction part two. But I thought, well, we can at least have one round of pens. It seems like in most auctions, we do have a round of pens. So let me show you some pens. Although I'm starting to run short because I've shown some pens on other auctions and some sold live and some were ordered on replays. I was so surprised that any got ordered on replays because I thought, well, I don't know if people watch some of these other auctions, but apparently they do. Okay. This has been a popular pen, but I still have some Spider-Man pens. So Spider-Man is going to be your first option. Next, I've got this sweet little candy. Next, look at, I think I have too much light. Look at this. I'm not sure if it's a squirrel or a chipmunk or what. But look at this cute little gray and white face. Look at his cute little pink arms. And he's got some kind of a little dangle. All right, next, ribbit, ribbit, ribbit. Look how cute this frog is. I've got this cute little green cat. Oh, I also have a pink little candy piece. All right, y'all move down so that the candies can be together. Come on, there's room for us all. All right, next I've got a sweet little pink cat. Kitty's in for one. Thank you, Kitty. Here is another little cat. All right, next I've got a camera for all those photographers, sightseers. Here's one with rabbit ears, so I think it's a TV. Here's a different one. It's pink. Well, it might be red. This one's kind of streamlined. Here's a little panda. And this panda is kind of a green panda. Does that make him an alien panda? Oh, wait, y'all. Come on. Okay, next I've got some cherries. And I can fit one more. Here's a little whale, or maybe it's a narwhal. I'm not sure in the difference of whale versus narwhal. And I might still can fit one more. Let's see. What else we got? Oh, look at this cutie little pie. Okay. There we go. And Kitty's at 1. Looking for 125. Anybody for $1.25? Just $1.25. All right, Melissa says going once. Some of these I have multiples, some of these are one and done. They are winning. How many spiders? I guess you mean Spider-Man, right? Let me check. Let's see. 2, 4, 5, plus the one on display. So I have a total of 6. 6 Spider-Man. Spideys. I have 6. So these 5 plus the one on display. I have 6 total available. Everybody congratulate Kitty on winning. Let's see how many Kitty's interested in. Okay, she's going for all. So let me grab the one on display. So Rainbow, it'll be a total of 6. Let me throw these in a bag for her. Okay, anything else or are you done? Let us know if you're still choosing or if you're done. There's no rush, just checking so that we don't miss anything. I thought everybody was going to want that cute frog one. To me, it was the cutest. But it just shows I can never tell what y'all are going to like. And two of the critter next to the lollies. Okay, I think that's this one. All right, two of this one. Here we go. All right, let's see if she adds anything else. I guess she's working her way slowly but surely across the board. That's smart to start at one end and then work your way across. I like that strategy. Super smart, very savvy. Okay, and now she's done. So we'll open it up to the chat and see if anybody wants to get in on any of this cuteness. Anybody else? I also thought this one was super cute because the cat has the little pigtails on either side. I thought that was cute. Unless you think those are paws down, but I really think they're pigtails hanging down. So cute. Now, this is the time when having a co host would really, really help me. Have somebody reading this while I'm picking out. All right, let me put this on the screen because maybe that will help me to see it and go through it shortly. Okay, so blue cat. We're going to need some quantities. Okay, this one's actually kind of apple green, but I think you mean this one. And the yellow thing. A yellow thing. I think you mean this one. And the blue next to the last. Okay, that's probably the whale. I only have one of those. And blue next to and the pink cat. Okay, so I think the ones that you chose were these. Let's see if I've gotten them right. So I have multiples of all of them except for the whale. The whale was a one and done. But if you want multiples of any of the rest, I do have them. So just let me know if these are the correct ones and if you need a quantity of any of these. Two of each. Okay. So here's one of this one. A second pink and a second yellow. The blue whale was a one and done. Okay, so that's a total of 7 rainbows. Thank you so much, Patty. Are you still picking or are you done? Let's see where Patty is. Still picking or done? And this little froggy's like, y'all pick the cats. What y'all got against frogs? Whip it, whip it. I'm gonna call my Uncle Kermit. Okay, anything else, Patty? Let's see if she's done. Then we'll see if anybody else from the chat wants to get in on any of these. Okay, what is the one next to the panda? This is a group of cherries, I believe. Now, I could be wrong, but I think it's cherries. Because, see, it's got a little stem. And it's a one and done. This one kind of reminds me of either Sia or Cruella de Vil with one side one color, one side another. Oh, I'm expecting it to start singing about the chandelier. Oh, the one next to the panda. Okay, I believe this is either a camera or a cell phone or something like that. I don't really know the difference in camera versus cell phone. Or maybe even what did they used to call them in the olden days? Polaroid. This one, I think this one is a panda. It's just green. I've been calling it a green panda or alien panda. So I consider there to be a black and white panda and a green and black panda. It's like the alphabet of pandas. Does that make sense? The alphabet of pandas? Maybe the wizard turned that panda green. Okay, well, there's only one Cruella, but I'll be glad to sell you the one I have. Let me grab two frogs. Okay, here's two little Kermits. Okay, so it's like Kermit's hosting Sam or Cruella. Okay, let me add these to your bag. And now she's done. All right, let me close the bag. Then let me scroll up because I think Melissa picked something. Let me see what Melissa picked. All right, let me scroll back up. All right, add one of the creatures with the dangle for me to my hamper. Oh, I'm glad you asked because I'm getting limited in the ones with the dangle. All right, so here's one with the little dangle. We don't know if it's a squirrel or a chipmunk or what, but it's going to Melissa. Okay, anybody else? So somebody told me I didn't show enough pens at the stationery sale, and I tried to say, well, I didn't get a chance to show everything. My time got cut short. But plus, when I show pens, I mean, we spent like 20 minutes on just $1 pen. So, but sometimes that's just kind of the way it happens. All right, last call on these. All right, let me move these aside then. Okay, next, a while back when I first started Halloween, people were asking to buy my little trick or treat bags. And I just thought that was so funny that they wanted to buy the bags. So I have a set of 3 gift bags. These are going to be $2 starting bid. Let me turn that light on. So these are pretty florals. Also, these have a little sparkle. I don't know if y'all can see the sparkle on them. But these are proper gift bags. They are thick, they're not thin. These are brand new. So let me see if I can kind of get them where you can see them all. So you're going to get all 3 of these for $2 starting bid. And I only have this one 3-pack. There's no multiples. So not even $1 each. Great to have on hand for when there's a last minute occasion and you just need a little bag to put a little something in. Any interest in the gift bags? Oh, no, no, no. They are not lunch sized. I don't know why um I well, sometimes, if we don't specifically talk about things, it never occurred to me that anybody would think they are lunch bags. The bags that I use for the Sunday snack sale are lunch size because they're actual lunch bags. Let me see if there's a size on these. If not, I'm going to try to measure. No, it doesn't say the size. Okay, so the size on these, once again, not lunch size. These are 6 by a little short of 4. 6 by almost. So let me see. I haven't shown these earrings yet. They're going to be coming up, but here's the size of the bag in comparison to some big statement earrings on a card. Let's see what else have I got. What else would show this size? Oh, most of y'all have seen these little pouches. They are way bigger than the pouches. Here it is in comparison to a bottle of water. It's a little shorter than a bottle of water. Okay, well, last call on these. All right, next let's look at some candles. I'm going to start with some candles for just $3. The first one is Jasmine Blossom. Next one is Lemon Citrus. Next, from the Dolly collection, I have, oops, is it too much light? Yep, it was too much light. This one's called Mountain Melody. And here's another one from the Dolly Parton collection. This one's called Country Vanilla. Next, I've got Very Vanilla Cupcake. And last but not least, I've got Pumpkin Spice Things Up. Okay, looking for $3. Oh, and if you're looking for the size, are 7.5 ounces. 7.5 ounces. Oh, did Patty miss where I got out the ruler? Oh, well, Melissa put in what the ruler should. Okay, we can say gift bags sold to Patty Rose then. All right. Anybody for the candles? Looking for $3 for choice. Any interest on the candles? Well, if there's no interest on the candles, then these will still be available on the replay. I do have some bigger ones, but usually if the small ones don't sell, people aren't interested in the bigger ones for more money. So last call on these candles. It was a set of 3 gift bags, rainbow, for a total price of $2. Okay, so once again, the candle scents are berry vanilla cupcake, jasmine blossom, lemon citrus, mountain melody, country vanilla, and can spice things up. Okay, last call on the candles. All right, I'll put these aside then. Okay. Next I have this is a one and done. It's wallpaper, and I'm thinking somebody might have a crafty for this. Why? Well, because it looks like little pebbles. Not sure if y'all can really see the pattern because it's rolled up, but it looks like little pebbles. So I thought somebody might could use it for a drawer liner or to cover a tray or a frame. I don't know. I just thought somebody might have a crafty use for this roll of wrapping paper that looks like um, pebbles or cement or a road. $5 for this roll. It's by a company called Yen Home. So, any interest in wallpaper for a crafting purpose? I only have the one roll, but y'all can see there is a whole lot on it. Brand new. And I tell you what, I'm going to do this for choice. You can get the roll of um, wallpaper, or I also have um, 3 little rolls of wrapping paper. So this looks like it has, I don't know, a bear or maybe it's Winnie the Pooh, and some kind of doorway arch and a kind of ribbon twist. And it's in shades of navy and beige. So not really Christmas wrap, kind of an all occasion wrap. So wallpaper or the wrapping paper. Now these aren't the long rolls of wrapping paper that are like, up to your waist. This is a reasonable size. I'll put my ruler out here again so you can tell it's longer than by that much. So $5 for choice. Oh, have a good night, Patty. We'll keep you company while you're missing him. But I'm sure y'all make some good memories before he leaves on his trip. All right, last call on the wallpaper or the wrapping paper. And then I want to show you some adorable socks. If you like cats, y'all are going to love these socks. I had some a few weeks ago, so I ordered some more and some different types. And let me show you $2 for choice. And another thing I like about these cats is it says their name on the back. So this one is American Short Hair. And look at those eyes of blue. This one is Siamese. We are Siamese, if you please. Okay, next one is Scottish Fold. Oh, look at the little pink paw. Oh, and pink paw's on the front, too. Now, I want to just turn that frown upside down. Katie Marie, hello, hello. Okay, next, if you like the pink paw, then you might like this whole pink sock. This one is Turkish Angora. Ooh la la. And this one is Tuxedo. Oh, and look at the little pink ears and the pink nose. Now, just to be equal opportunity, I do have this dog. Because all animals equally precious in God's eyes. So, looking for $2. Oh, Kitty's singing the Siamese song too. I tell you, we are just so on the same wavelength. I love it. Okay, Kitty's in for 2. Thank you, thank you. They're all one and done. No duplicates. I'm so glad you're here, Katie Marie. At the beginning of the show, we were talking about how great your co-hosting was. So glad you made it for the last couple of items before we end the show. All right, we've got Kitty at 2. We're looking for 225. And we had some adorable pens earlier. And the pens didn't even go past $1. Hey, if there's no further bids on these cutie cats, we can count it down. Okay, let me drop the link then. We are sold to Kitty. Everybody congratulate Kitty on her purchase. Such a hard decision deciding which. Okay, she's going with pink and Nico, the black and white. So I'm thinking it's these two. Is that right? These two? Look at the cute little way the pink one is holding her paws. These are just adorable. These two. Let me know that I'm right. Let me add Katie in. Hello, hello, Katie.
Hello, good evening, everyone.
Thanks so much for stopping by. I appreciate it.
I'm really glad I could join
I
in
could have
for the
used
last
you
few
when we
items.
were picking. Oh, I was struggling tonight. Okay, and Melissa says, yes, those are the right. Okay, we're going to open this up to anybody else in the chat. Let me move this little dog over here to either guard the cats or just accompany the cats. We got some smiling. We got some that look frowny, some that look scared. And
I
Kitty
love all the
says
choices of
to
expressions.
Kitty says, so nice to hear your voice. Kitty is always filled with encouragement. I adore that about her. All right, well, on these, I'm about to scrape to the side. These will be available on the replay.
Congratulations,
right,
Kitty.
Next, look at this sweetheart. Now, he's another one that I feel like we need to turn his frown upside down. So I've got him in white, in beige. $2 for choice still. Taupe. Pretty in pink. Also, if you like a sweet little smile to be your emotional support, look at this sweet little smile. And I've also got it in black and white. Okay, y'all are gonna have to slide together to make room for every. So that's the kind of auction we have. All right, there we go. $2 for choice. And how was your night, Katie?
It was really good. I was out at a hockey game tonight, so I'm warming up my body a little bit because it's a little cold for me.
Oh, okay.
I hope everybody else is having a great night tonight and staying warm or staying cool, whatever it might be, wherever you are.
I was telling everybody at the beginning of the stream that it got up to 88 today. So I had to break down for just a couple of hours and turn the air on. And then once I cooled off, I turned it back off and just let the fans recirculate it. But I wasn't ready for it to be up to 88 today. All right. Any interest on these cutie socks?
You could get one pair of socks for every day of the week.
Oh, that's a good idea. It's like having a little emotional animal there with you.
We all could use one of those.
And Kitty says, still 73 in Cali. I'm probably about that temperature too. All right, let me move these to the side. Okay, next I have some 2 packs of socks. The 2 packs of socks are going to be $4. So the first one is space. So it's going to say NASA, and the other one is going to have the planets and the rockets. So $4 for choice. That's your first choice. Second choice for our guitar lovers, you'll recognize the name Fender, which is a great name in guitars. So these are what your 2 pairs of guitars look like. How great to give to a guitar player, a guitar lover, or even as a stocking stuffer if you know that a kid is getting their guitar. And then last but not least, if you have any Elvis Presley lovers, we've got the I Love Elvis pair. And you'll see these are not old socks, they're 2025. And then this one also says Elvis. So $4 for choice.
A little something for everyone.
Indeed. Oh, and I'm going to add these Christmas ones. They are taller, longer, and they are striped. They kind of look like elf socks to me, or at least what I would think or want the elves at the North Pole to wear. So I'm going to add that to socks as an option also.
Socks can be one of those good practical gifts that people might think are silly, but everybody always needs socks. Or, like Belle said, they're a great stocking stuffer, or even for yourself if you're an Elvis fan or a space fan or a musician.
That is so true. My parents used to say, don't give me anything I got to dust. Give me something I can use, something that's going to make my life better. I don't want work and chores. And socks is one of those comfy, cozy things that people will enjoy and won't create more chores. All right, we're going to pass on these. Next, for your painting projects or your crafts, I've got this big, heavy duty brush. It is 2 full inches. It is all purpose. It's got a really heavy duty, thick handle to it. Start this at $3. Oh, wait, Kitty
I
has
see
input 4.
that Kitty looks like she's bidding on the socks.
Okay, I'm sorry if I messed it up with the leg. Let me put the socks out. I'm so sorry, Kitty. My apologies, sweetheart. Okay, let's count it down to Kitty, find out what she wants and how many. Sorry, Kitty. It was kind of ironic before Kitty choosing the kitty socks, but But here there's no kitty options, so she's gonna have to go with space, guitar, Elvis, or elf.
Kitty's in at 425. Or I'm sorry, Kitty's in at 4. Anybody else for 425? Kitty would like the guitar socks.
Okay, wonderful choice. Thank you, Kitty. Anybody else? I thought everybody was gonna want the Elvis socks. But maybe people don't know who Elvis is anymore. My late mother loved Elvis. And my dad was like, nah, take him or leave him. I'm like, really? I think he was just more popular down south. So it probably depends where you were. Okay, last call on these then. All right, so back to the paintbrush. Super thick and sturdy. Not a tiny little brush either. You'll see it's a nice big size. So whether you're painting the inside of your house or maybe it's shutters outside or your fence, um, whether for craft or for maintenance, $3. And I tell you what, I'm going to add a few other choices. I also have a DIY squishy that comes with 4 markers. So not only will it be a stress squishy, but a great art project. So I'll add that as a choice for $3. Also, I'm going to add this entire manicure set where you're getting 2 of the separators, you're getting a nail brush, you are getting one of these cuticle pushers, you're getting not one but 2 different sizes and calibers of emery boards, which are, of course, double sided. So that entire set for $3.
That's a really great deal for all the manicure set for $3. And we talked about on Thursday how nice it was that the stickers came with the coloring markers, and that's even great that the squishy comes with the markers. So you're able to have it all ready to go as soon as you get home.
True, true, true. Oh, I'm going to add one more thing. This is called a wind twister, and this is what it looks like. It's kind of holographic, kind of oil spill like colors with blues and purples. It's a star and it's going to spin in the wind. I started thinking about this because Rainbow had a great post on the Discord of something she bought at auction a while back. I think hers was actually a sun catcher, not a wind spinner, but this might be pretty as well because even if it's too cold to go outside, you can still watch this spinning in the wind from your window. Oh, and Katie's in for 3. Thank you, Katie.
I'm in for 3. Is anybody else in for $3.25?
I'm going to add one more choice. I've got this whole travel set. So you get a brush, a comb, and I think it's an eyebrow brush. It's a 3-piece sealed hair set. So I'm going to add that as a choice as well. That'll be great for your purse, great for traveling, whether the grandma's house, grandkids' house. And I love those with the narrow bottoms because that's great for putting your hair or in braiding your hair.
So many really
Nay,
great choices tonight.
thank you, Katie. Well, let's go ahead and count this down if there's no further interest.
Fair warning, anybody else interested? Belle, I would like to have the wind spinner, please.
Okay, great choice. It's a one and done. Anybody else for any of the 4 leftover choices? And then after we open this up to the chat, I see it's the top of the hour. So that means we're going to have another Bell's Bargain Bonanza of items for only $1. Last call here. All right, these will be available on the replay. All right, so we go into our $1 Bell's Bargain Bonanza round. Let me show you what I have. This is a soft cloth. So if you need a soft cloth for polishing for your delicates, this is not a scrubbing cloth. And I know it has some vintage colors, but it is new. That's the first thing. Next, I've got this frilly kind of a scrunchie, but just look at this kind of old time type material, but yet it's got this edging on it. Really pretty here. Hopefully y'all can see it. That's going to be the second choice. Next, I've got a whole bag of these little ponytail holders. This one's orange and black. I also have black and red. I have solid black. Solid red. And this one has just some variety of colors. So looking for $1 suited for choice.
Those ponytail holders are so comfortable in your hair. I love those for my own hair, and that's a great price for $1 of a bag of hair ties. Melissa's in at 1.
And if you've ever tried those ponytail holders that have that metal part, those are so painful. They will catch your hair, they will pull your hair, they will rip your hair out by the roots. I am so committed to not using and not selling the ponyholders with those metal fasteners. Once you've tried these that are all elastic and don't have the metal fasteners, you won't want to go back. Truly, truly. Oh, wait, I wanted to add one other thing. It's a small thing, so it may be hard for y'all to see. But let me see if I can get one and show you what it is. Have you ever put on a bracelet and it was just a little too small and you're like, if I just had a little bit more room, if I just had a little bit more room? Well, this is a little bracelet extender. You'll see it's not a lot of extension because it would look awkward if bracelets had a lot of extension, but it got the two clasp at either end. So it's going to add on, about an inch or so. Yeah, a little more than an inch, but basically an inch. So if you need a bracelet extender, because maybe you have chunky monkey wrists like I do. So I ordered these for me, and then I thought, um, quite a few. I might just offer these for just $1 in case anybody has that same problem that I have. So I'm going to lay it out here, but it's going to be hard to be seen by the camera because this other stuff is big and it's, jewelry size. So it will be a choice as well. I often think when I give bracelets, it's always nice to give a bracelet extender with it just in case they don't fit the recipient. Then the recipient can just add this little extender on and they don't have to feel self conscious about their size.
I think that's a great idea, Belle. And I also think if you live by yourself or you go to work later than the person you live with and you need help putting on your bracelets in the morning or the evening or before you go out of the house, you have an extra few inches to be able to put your bracelets on by yourself.
That's a great point. Great point. Love that. All right. Well, we can go ahead and count it down to Melissa and see what she wants.
And as we get closer to holiday season or holiday party season, I think that scrunchie would look great as an accessory for holidays to dress up an outfit.
Great point.
Hi, Shelby. We're glad you're here,
And
even if you're
apparently
not
Shelby
chatting
thinks that,
tonight.
well, she's in Eastern time, so she's probably supposed to be in bed. But how many of us, when we were teenagers, didn't secretly have, the book and the book light under the cover, or, secretly have the TV on, or whatever it is? So,
Congratulations, Melissa.
okay, the black and the mixed. All right, great choices. Else? I thought with winter and Christmas, everybody was going to go for either the red or the red and black. It just shows I can never pick. And if y'all could feel how soft this washcloth is. It is so soft. Because when I ordered it, I thought I ordered a washcloth, and I'm like, this is not a washcloth. It is so too nice for a washcloth. Okay, Melissa, so we're going to open this up to that.
Hi, Craig. Welcome in.
Hi, Craig. I'm came back. We're having a dollar round. All right, last call on these then. Right, let me put up the smallest one first so I don't lose it. And for those of you watching the replay, these are all one and done. Okay, next I want to show another new item. If you have a hard time deciding, do I want to wear a bow or do I want to wear a hair clip? This hair clip is covered with a lovely satin bow on either side. So this way you can both have a secure clamp, but have this sweet satin bow on either side. This one's just going to be $2. $2.
I think that would look
This one is
very
big enough.
pretty.
Thank you. This one is big enough that if you're doing like a chignon or a French twist where you're going to barrel roll the whole back of your hair and then do one big clip, it's going to hold the entire amount of your hair. So $2, it's a one and done. Oh, Patty went to spend time with her husband because he's going to Europe. So they're having a late night date. But you were sweet to think of her. Okay, any interest in the big hair clip that has the bow on either side? I tell you what, I'm going to make it for choice. I also have this back when we were showing, this is called Crystal Air. So this is an air freshener that you don't have to plug in. You don't have to buy batteries. You just open it. This one is vanilla and orchid. So you just open it out and it's this pretty crystal that when touched with the air, it gives off scent. It is that easy peasy. So this one will also be $2. You'll see here's the instructions. All you do is peel the foil and remove the disc and place it vertically on a stable horizontal surface. And it's going to last for 30 days. And I think it kind of looks pretty.
That's great that you don't have to buy any replacements or batteries or plugins because sometimes those can be so expensive. So this is a great choice.
You use it for 30 days and then you just let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Sorry. Okay, anybody for $2 for the hair clip with the black satin bow on either side, or with the Crystal Air freshener in the scent of vanilla and orchid? Oh, great idea, Melissa, to put these in a coat closet. Okay. All right. Well, we're going to pass on these then. Okay. Next, I want to show another jewelry item. We'll see any more interesting than the last one. Hopefully, this is. If you've ever had a hard time putting on your own jewelry and you just kept fumbling with the lobster claw clasp, or maybe you have long, gorgeous nails, let me show you what this is. This is magnetic. So what you do is you clip this half to one side of your necklace and you clip this half to the other side of the necklace. And when they get remotely close to each other, they will grip on. So no matter how long and how fancy your nails are, once you get this on one side and this one on the other side, you'll see it's just going to jump together. And it just looks like it's part of the necklace with kind of the two magnets making a little. So $2. This will turn any necklace or bracelet into a closure necklace or bracelet. This one is silver tone. $2, Melissa.
Sometimes those lobster claw clasps can be so difficult to put on your own. So this is a great option for that.
And sometimes as people age, they lose a certain amount of dexterity, or some people have issues with carpal tunnel, especially now that people are using fingers and thumbs more with some of their devices. So even arthritis, I think there are 5, 6, 7 types of different arthritis. This could be a way of combating what arthritis is taking away and giving you back more of your abilities.
Kitty's in it too.
Oh. Also, if you're a person who likes vintage necklaces, I don't know if y'all have noticed, but the vintage necklaces are shorter. So, in addition to the magnet making necklaces easier to put on and take off, if you're a person who likes vintage necklaces, just, a couple inches too short, this is also going to give you a little extra room so that those vintage necklaces look the way they were intended and not like a choker. If there's no further interest, we can start counting this down.
That's a great point, Belle.
Thank you. But I will fess up again. I ordered some of these for me, and one of the great things about being a reseller is I had to order in quantity, so I couldn't just order one or two. So this way I thought, well, I'll sell a few and I'll keep a few. So the ones I sell will help pay for the ones I keep. If y'all only knew how many times I did that. All right, we are sold to the. And the big question, how many?
Congratulations, Kitty.
Oh, Kitty. I am sure that's not the case. If anybody has a triple chin, it's me. But we do need to know how many so Rainbow can put it on the list. Rainbow, you with us, right, sweetheart?
Kitty would like 3, and then she's done.
Okay, let me grab 3. Tell you what, the one right here. I'll open it up to the chat while I'm fishing out 3. And of course, with them being magnets, they just want to dog pile in together.
While Belle is getting those together, make sure everybody is clicking the thumbs up button, subscribing, and liking the video.
Okay, here's the 3. But look what happens when they get just remotely close to each other. They all catch on. So when you get them and they're in one clump, you're just going to have to pull 3 separate ones. Okay. And then of each separate one, then keep in mind you'll then have to pull it apart into the 2 halves. So that's going to be how it works. All right. Anybody else? I want to remind everybody that tomorrow at 3 p.m. Central Standard Time, we're going to have our Saturday snack sale. Nat, I didn't know you were here, Nat. Everybody welcome Nat. Okay, here are 2 for Nat. And once again, when they get close, they work so well. Thank you so much, Nat. Nat, I don't remember. Have you ever registered with me? Do I have your PayPal information and your mailing information? I know I've seen you at auctions for years, so I know who you are. I just don't know if I have your info. You're good to bid and all, sweetheart. I'm just checking.
Welcome in, Nat.
Okay, I do need you to send me your info, sweetheart, just so I'm able to bill you for these. And while Nat's doing that, anybody for any more? I still have a couple few left. Okay, these will still be available on the replay. I showed these earrings earlier, and I realized I never actually put those up for auction. They have kind of a medieval look. I always picture this as something like somebody would wear to a Renaissance festival. I'm not sure if that's like a dagger or what, or maybe it's just geometric. A really pretty faceted stone at the top. But I'm going to start these at 5. These are not going to be the standard earrings you see at any and every auction, that's for sure.
Those are so fun and dramatic, and I agree, a very Renaissance fair kind of feel to them.
You can see my fan blowing them too. Sorry. Well, I keep wanting to go to my local Ren fair, but yeah, that's a problem when you're not dating anybody, don't know anybody local. If y'all ever see Ian in the chat, y'all have to get him to take me. All right. Any interest on these? Okay, we're going to pass then. Next, $2. I have a photo hanger. This was originally 5. And you don't necessarily have to hang photos. You could hang Christmas cards. You could hang invitations. You could hang photos. You could hang postcards, rather. So what does it include? It includes four cords, 10 wood clips, and 4 inspirational cards. Oh, look, one of the inspirational cards says progress, not perfection. That's kind of nice. And so this is what it looks like. I only have one of these sets. So just $2 for the entire set of 4 rods, 4 cords, 10 wooden clips, and 4 inspirational cards. So more than half off the original price.
I think there's a lot of great options for this. If your child or grandchild brings home some great artwork or draws you a picture, you can always decorate your house or your wall with your child's artwork. And I love the idea of Christmas cards as we're getting closer to the holiday season.
Or maybe you like to travel. You could put this in your RV, pick up a postcard, every city or state you travel to, and make this your travel log. Okay, last call on this one. Okay, next $2. I have a huge roll of something called natural jute cord. This is not just 1 ply or 2 ply, but this is a 3 ply, and it has 187 feet on it, all for $2. $2. Melissa's at 2. Thank you, Melissa.
Anyone else in for $2.25? Thank you for sending that information, Nat.
Katie, you go ahead and sell this off. I'm going to open up a window to make sure I got Nat's info.
All right. Anyone else interested for the jute at $2.25? If not, Melissa's going to go ahead and count this down. Going once.
And yes, I got your information, Nat. Thanks so much.
Going twice for the natural jute 3-ply. Fair warning. Anyone else Sold to Melissa for 2. Congratulations, Melissa.
Okay, great job, Katie. I appreciate that. Okay, next I have a specialty brush. Here's the brush. This is a cleaning brush, primarily for shoes, but you could use it on anything. Let me show you how it works. Here's the top. You open this little stopper and you put some soap in. I have one of the I use. I'll put a little Dawn or Palmolive, even the generic stuff. And then these bristles are, but that little bit of soap drips through here. Because the problem is, when you're holding the shoe with one hand, scrubbing with another, how do you get just a little tiny bit of soap? Because you don't want to saturate the shoe with soap, but just a little bit to drip. And this could go for so many other things. If you're maybe washing out pots or for your plants or anything else. So $3 for the scrubbing brush with the automatic dripping of your soap. This is also great if you're scrubbing down your patio furniture. If there's anything you're looking for, Nat, let us know. We're almost at the end of the auction, but if you have requests, we will make sure to cover those before we call it a night.
Kitty's in at
We'll have
3.
to learn what kind of stuff you like to see. Okay, wonderful, Kitty. And Nat, if you want to watch back the rest of the auction so that you can add to your purchase, because I know people hate for me to bill them when they've only bought $2, $3, $4, $10, and pay, $6, $7 on shipping. So feel free to watch the replay. You'd be surprised how many people buy from the replay. We go ahead and count this down.
Looking for 325. Anyone else interested in the cleaning brush?
Let's go ahead and count it down. It's a one and done, so this will be the only one. And y'all make sure and mark your calendars for 3 p.m. tomorrow for the Sunday snack sale.
Congratulations,
All
Kitty.
right, this is Kitty. All right, this next item is going to be $5. Now, you're probably saying, wait, how can that be 9 pieces? I see a canvas. I mean, the canvas is nice and all. It says, bloom where you are planted. This is how it's 9 pieces. On the back, it's got not one, but 2 brushes, and it's got 6 pots of paint. So $5 for the canvas, 2 brushes, pots of paint. So if you're a person that knows that the best gifts are handmade or homemade, that doesn't mean you have to stretch the canvas yourself. You can buy the canvas brushes and paint, but just that you took the time to pick it out and you took them to make it up.
What a really great set, and I love that it's all there for you, ready to go. And Belle's right. This is a great, easy, handmade gift. even if you're not the most creative person.
Find more of the brushes, Kitty? Is that what we're talking about? Katie, you think you're talking about the brushes? I want to make sure before I order the wrong thing. Oh, Nat's working on a diamond art project for a Christmas gift. Nice. Can we ask what the motif is? Is it wise men, shepherds, nativity, wreath, tree, angels? Do tell Nat. It's okay to share and talk about personal. We love to chat here.
Kitty says yes, that she is talking about the brush.
Okay, I'm going to look into it and see. Melissa Rainbow, somebody help pray, please.
I was going to say Kitty is going to have the cleanest shoes, but Kitty's going to have the cleanest chickens.
Oh. Oh, that sounds expensive. You know, Katie, anytime you have to special order things, doesn't special order just mean hard to find and adding zeros? Oh, I'm sorry it's so toilsome to have to special order them, Nat. But jewels in your crowns, jewels in your crown. Okay, last call on this. Thank you, Rainbow. I so appreciate you, sweetheart. On this art set, it says bloom where you are planted, 2 brushes, and 6 pots of paint. And right now, I'm doing an Atlanta Braves for my son. Okay. Now, everybody's going to be thinking that you're in Atlanta. I saw where you are, and I'm not going to dox you. Just like for some reason, I had this idea every time I've ever seen you in chat that NAT, where I'm not going to say your name, I'm not going to say your initials, but for some reason, I always thought your initials were, first name with an N, a middle name with an A, and a last name with a T. So it's so funny the things that you learn, and I'm like, why did I think that? But I had just decided that all these years. Isn't that funny? Nat's probably sitting there laughing, thinking this is why you shouldn't assume, which would be totally right. Oh, it's funny the way that guys like certain teams or certain towns, and they seem to be so loyal to their sports. But I guess in the end, it's good because if they can be loyal to sports, they can be loyal to their wives and girlfriends. So, but boom. Okay, I had showed some candles before that were a pass. I'm going to show a couple more. These are going to be larger candles. Here's the first one. It's going to be $5. This one's called Jasmine Tea Time. This is a big 7-ounce candle. Okay, I've also got this one. This one is the scent of vanilla, sugar, and buttercream, and 8 ounces. Oh, and multi-wick. And then last but not least, I have made chai. And oh wait, this one's 14 ounces. Sorry, can't put a 14 ounce there. Sorry. But you can choose from the 7 or the 8 ounces.
I love the idea of those scents. I bet they smell so great.
Oh, I will add this one. This one is actually a Glade. Most people don't know that Glade some 3-wick candles. This one is 6.8 ounces and it's pine and woodland. So it's going to give you that tree smell. Well, now that we know Nat does diamond art, everybody's going to want to join the Discord so she can upload pictures of how it turns out and all her other crafts. Love to see what y'all make. I love your selfies. I love to see your pet photos. I love to see your food photos, your selfies. And my favorite column on our Discord is the look what I bought at auction. Because it's so fun to see how things that have been sitting around in my inventory look in your home or look when on your ears, your neck, on your body, if it's shirts or pants or earrings, necklaces. So I love the I bought at auction.
Yes, join the Discord if you're interested in keeping connected during the week when we don't have live chats and able to chat with each other.
I also want to remind everybody that I did upload a poll. I felt so bad, Katie, when the stream went out during our stationery pop-up. I had so many great things yet to show y'all. If y'all could have seen some of the stand-up pens, until you have seen pens that are flamingos and stand up on their own. Oh, so many great things that I didn't get a chance to show to you. So I posted a poll to see if I wanted to do a part 2 of the stationery sale or, a few stationery items in every auction. So after the auction is over, go ahead over to my YouTube community page and take the poll. Right now, I think only 6 people or so has voted, although it is 88% for a part 2. But when another 6, 12, or 20 people vote, it could totally turn the opposite tide.
I would
All
love a
right,
part 2,
last
but make
call.
sure you go back and vote.
Well, you'll have to vote too, Katie. All right, last call on these candles. Well, we're getting to almost the 4-hour mark, and a girl's bladder can only hold so long. So I'm going to thank Melissa for running the chat. I'm going to thank Rainbow for making the list and checking it twice. Thank Katie Marie for coming and co-hosting at the end here. I hope to see all of you at 3 p.m. for our Sunday snack sale, where we will have lots of delicious cookies and candies, chips and popcorn, licorice, tea, and much more. We'll also have cookbooks and cooking gadgets as well, and some. And we still have our $1 rounds at the top of the show and the top of every hour. So markers for 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. And we'll also have a day auction at 7 p.m. with Jane. So 2 more opportunities to add to your invoices. And then Wednesday, Thursday are my days for packing, weighing, measuring your boxes, and calculating the shipping and sending those invoices out to you. So thank you to all those who helped me. Also, thank you to all of the members. If you're not already a member, you can click the join button. You'll get shout shout outs. You'll get freebies in every, and your name will be green in the chat. To just those of you who were here to chat, the more the merrier. I love it being a social event. So I will see you tomorrow. Laissez les bon temps rouler. Good times roll, rolling your feet.